Hi everybody out there in Flosstube land. Sandy Bacus here. Sandy B Stitcher is my channel name, and this is a channel about cross stitch. I am back to give you an update both about my health and life update and my stitching. I hope everybody is doing really well. I have a few new subscribers, so I'd like to say hey to you and welcome. And welcome to all my returning subscribers. Okay, I'm feeling so much better. And I thank all of you for your well wishes. I'm going to today, hopefully this won't be really long. I want to give you a little bit of updates about what's been going on and then show you my stitching and what I think is a surprise. So let's go on. Today is Thursday. It's June 18th, 2020. I had a doctor's appointment today with the rheumatologist, and I'm doing really well according to him, and I feel like I'm doing a lot better. I am taking prednisone, and I'm in the process of trying to taper it down a little bit, and I'm doing pretty well with that. I go back in 6 weeks, and he's given me a level that he would like to see me at in 6 weeks, and that's pretty doable. So I'm going to work on that. And I don't know what else to say about it. It's just, I'm feeling so much better. And for anybody who doesn't know, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder, disease, whatever you want to call it, called polymyalgia rheumatica. And it is in the muscles. And it was a rough way to go for a while, but feeling so much better. More energy, not sleeping all the time. Things are just going pretty good, and I'm so happy to be able to tell you guys that. Note the haircut. I finally was able to get to the salon. I decided to go shorter than I've gone in a heck of a long time because it's just easier to take care of with the, when you sometimes can't lift your arms up. I'm able to lift them a lot better than I was before. Look at that. Still have a little bit of pain over here in this one, but this one is doing just great. And but I went ahead with the shorter hair anyways because you never know when this is going to flare up or when I'm going to hit a spot where the prednisone isn't taking the pain away and I'll have to play around. So I like the shorter hair. Oh my gosh, it is so easy to take care of. I'm amazed. I've had short hair very, very few times in my life. And now I'm going, why did I wait so long? But anyways, I'm liking it. I hope you all think that it's a good look. I did put a picture on Instagram and on Facebook and got a lot of people saying that they really liked it, that it made me look younger. Some people said it made me look fresh. And so I'm okay with that. I mean, who wouldn't be? The other thing that I've done for myself is I went online and I like Kohl's for clothing to wear for me. And I really feel that I can't go out shopping in the stores because of the prednisone. And I'm too afraid of getting sick. And I've kept myself well now for a while, and I want to continue that. So instead of shopping, I went online and I bought myself some larger clothes. Not because I really needed larger clothes, but because they're easier on the shoulders to put on and off. And I got this top, and let me see if I can show it to you here. See, it's a little bit it's a little bit big, but it's one size larger than what I would normally wear. But it's not, I don't think it's too big. And what do I want to say? That's the problem here with all this medicine. Sometimes my words just leave. It's comfortable and easy to pull on and take off, and so that's what I'm doing right now. Is I am looking for ways to make my life easier instead of more difficult. And so I did that. Got me a few pieces of clothing that were a little bit larger. I got 2 tops like this that are sleeveless, and then I got several of these V-neck tees that I already had a bunch like that, but I got the next bigger size. And the other ones still fit, but these are they're a little looser, so they're more comfy, if that makes sense. So anyways, that's what I've done. And also everybody has said that they've gained weight on prednisone. So I thought, well, I might as well get a bigger size if I'm going to gain weight. But so far, I really did a revamp on my eating, and I cut out most of the sugar because sugar is inflammatory. And since this is an inflammatory disease, I thought, well, okay, that's a big start right there. And, sugar, if you eat simple carbs, then that turns into sugar. So I started watching my carbs, and I have actually lost a couple of the pounds that I gained during the initial COVID and when I was in horrible pain and couldn't hardly move. That sitting all the time really packed on some pounds. Well, maybe probably about 7 pounds. But I actually lost a couple of that, and so maybe, who knows? I've got a long way to go on prednisone, so things could change. I don't know, but right now we're still okay. So let's see, what else did I want to tell you? Bob's doing okay. He's still continuing to fall a lot. And I ordered him some elbow pads because he was really banging up his one elbow. And so I ordered him those, and he's been wearing those. And so far, so good. He hasn't broken anything. Let's see, what else has been going on? He's finding out more and more each day that there are things that he can no longer do. And for anybody who doesn't know, my husband Bob has Parkinson's disease. He has the kind with muscle rigidity. He does not have tremors. He moves a lot when he sleeps, but he doesn't have the actual tremors. Let's see, what else? Laurie, my sister-in-law, who has lung cancer and is way past what they told her time she had, is doing well. We met them at Bob Evans for supper last night. She brought her mom along, and so we had a really nice visit. She is on oxygen, but she's doing really well. And I have not heard anything about Olivia. Olivia is my great niece. She has leukemia. She finished her chemo in January, and to my knowledge, she's been okay. So we're going to see how this plays out for her. Hopefully, maybe this was it. And but it takes a long time before you can say this is it. Let's see. I think that's everything about everybody. And let's see, I wanted to tell you that, and it has to go along with one of my projects here that I have to show you. I've been using Pattern Keeper for my Artisy Shades of Summer, and I also have a couple of Hades loaded on there, but I have not been working on those lately, just Shades of Summer. And I was reading, there is I'm not getting my words out well today, am I? there is a support, or not a support group, but there is a Facebook group for Pattern Keeper, and I'm signed up with that, so I see a lot of posts, and a lot of people are upset with the fact that not every chart will work with Pattern Keeper. So other people were going on there and saying, well, this is what I use for charts that aren't supported by Pattern Keeper. And I kept reading those, and I thought, you know what, I should try that, because I have a couple of charts that are small, that I wasn't able to go anywhere and blow them up, and they're difficult for me to see and to follow. And one of the ones that was like that is my Prairie Schooler, the 4 seasons. And it's 4 original charts that were put together, and it's, I think, spring cottage. I forget the exact names, but spring, summer, fall, and winter. And I'm doing them all together, and they're all on one 8.5 by 11 sheet. And it was very difficult for me to see that even under the magnifier when I'm stitching. So I paid attention, and I downloaded a program called Xodo. And if I remember, I'll put that in the comments below. Xodo. I think it's Xodo, something like that. It's a free PDF reader and a reader-writer. And so I downloaded it. Then I took my Prairie Schooler chart and set it on my printer, and I scanned it and pulled it up into Xodo, and then I played with it, and I figured out how to make it work for what I wanted. And my husband's outside mowing, and I hope that's not interfering. I closed the front door and I closed the windows, and so I hope that that's not interfering here. Anyways, back to this. I figured out how to make it do what I wanted, and basically I can go in there and mark my stitches off as I do them on this, and then I can save it then. And so I was able to finish something fairly quickly. So let me show that to you. I didn't have a whole lot to do on this one yet, if you remember from when I showed it to you the last time. But this is that spring cottage from the Prairie Schooler. And I think I did all of this border coming down here and across here. I think I was down to this corner. I did all of this in here and all of this down here. And the 2, I think those are doggies. And I got it finished. Isn't that pretty? You know, I'm not a primitive stitcher, and this is prim colors and this is prim stitching, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. So maybe I'm allowing prim into my life now. But anyways, you know, maybe those are birds, because there's one up there on the roof, and I don't think there'd be a doggy up there on the roof. Makes sense, right? But anyways, I like it. It's so pretty. And then, like I said, I'm going to do the other ones also on here. And so sometime here I'll be starting the next one and continuing on with that. So that's one thing I had to show you today. And wanted to tell you about that Xodo in case anybody else wants to try that. For a free program, you can't lose. And I did have to play with it a little to figure out exactly how I was going to use it and the coloring and everything. When I first started, I had the coloring too opaque, and then I couldn't see what I had covered up at all, and then I would get confused looking at my chart. So I changed it so it was more transparent. so that I could just see the symbol underneath it, and that worked perfectly. And you just take your finger and just mark off, and that's great. And okay, I'm trying to think if there's other things that I wanted to mention to you guys. Probably, I don't know. I do have these other projects to show you. I'm being kind of a monogamous stitcher right now, and that's so unlike me. But I think the Lexapro and the Wellbutrin may have a lot to do with that. I'm really chill. And my husband loves it because I don't get excited much being on those. But anyways, little humor for today. But anyways, let me show you what else I worked on. I'm saving Shades of Summer because, oh my gosh, I did so much on it. Okay, the other one I had been working on was the Home Sweet Home, the Dimensions kit. And I did quite a bit on here. If you can remember from the last time, I was working down here. I had a lot of black yet to do on this kitty and his paws and everything. Well, I did his paws. I backstitched his paws. I finished this. I have a little bit of his tail to finish down here. And then I was working on this tablecloth. And that's where I left off today. And so I'm going to finish this and then move up here. There's a piece to do underneath this shelf and some back stitching over here. And then there's a milk bottle over here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Last time I said I wasn't sure. And then I'll move over here to the other side and get the other doggy in there and the other items that go on that side. So there we go. Home Sweet Home Dimensions. All right, now, Shades of Summer. Pattern Keeper is so wonderful. I can't even, I wasn't even going to get it. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to hold up Shades of Summer. Get ready to be surprised because I have done a lot. I have a lot of hanging threads. But I have done a lot on this, and I'm just so pleased with it. And what's that? Pleased as punch. And I think you're going to be shocked as to how much I got done if you remember where I was at. I mean, look at that. Isn't that something? I have been working up all this up in here, filling that all in, coming across here, and right now I am working my way across over to the edge. And then once I fill in, maybe the couple of squares coming down and all the way across, then I'm going to start working back down that diagonal and filling in where, there's some indentations there as I go. And then work back up again. That decided that's the way I like to work on it. That way I don't have a whole bunch of the same color all at one time. Well, there's nothing the same color in this. It's all confetti. But you know what I mean. But isn't it something? I'm just so pleased with it. And I work on it. There's rarely a day that goes by that I don't put. I've been trying to get at least 150 stitches in it every day because at that rate I can finish it by the end of the year. And there have been some days where I've done over 300. And other days if I'm working on something else, then maybe not quite so many, but I'm plugging away at it because that's my goal so that I can get busy then and work on my heights. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I didn't tell you that I wanted to tell you. And you know what's going to happen? As soon as I shut this off, I'm going to go, oh, I wanted to tell everybody about that. Never fails. So anyways, what are we? We're just about at 20 minutes. I don't have that much to talk about to have the long videos, but hey, I will tell you, I really have not been watching much Flosstube. I've been having to concentrate a whole lot on me right now, and sometimes what I need is just to stitch in quiet and solitude. That has been very helpful to me. I can think about things that are going on and this illness and what I need to do, and it's what I need right now. And for a while there, I was thinking to myself, well, if I'm not watching other people's floss tubes, should I be doing floss tube? And then I stopped and I thought about it, and I thought, well, you know, most of the people that comment on my floss tubes are not doing floss tubes themselves. They're just watchers. Well, I'm not going to say just watchers. They are watchers. And they're my watchers. And I care about each and every one of them. And, or I should say each and every one of you. And so then I said something to my husband about it. And my husband says, well, no, it shouldn't. You should be able to do your thing and, you know, do what you got to do. And I said, yeah, I guess you're right, because, you know, most of these people that are commenting, I don't think they have Flosstube channels. So I've decided that I will keep doing them as long as I have people watching and commenting and being so kind as all of you are. And so at this point, I'm going to quit rambling. I'm not sure when I'll be back. I have to, now that I'm feeling better, maybe I'll be back a little bit sooner. Just depends on what I have to show you. And so sending out my love and hugs to everybody. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's safe. And wishing happy stitching to all. So see you later. Bye-bye.